Good midnight everyone, welcome back to your beloved drawback chess speedrun. Let us grab another 100% win rate today. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. Today we are climbing from 5900 to 6000 rating points. Expect some absolutely diabolical drawbacks. Pac-Man, if you can capture a pawn, you must. Absolutely diabolical. Reveal drawback to opponent. c4. c4 is like one of the very few safe first moves that I can actually make, and now I already don't know what I'm gonna move on the next turn. e5. Knight c3. So far so good. Knight c6. Okay, now I really don't know what to do. The challenge forces me to take his pawns, and I suppose only my pawns can be comfortable taking his pawns without worrying about consequences. Therefore, let me push the pawns. Bishop c5. b4. Very convenient. Bishop d6. c5. Bishop e7. b5. This is absolutely great. Knight d4. Aha! I mean, winning a knight can also trigger a resignation. e3. Please don't go h5. Knight f5. g4. Attacking the knight while also closing down my queen's diagonal. I'm not a coward, but risking a queen just to prove testosterone doesn't sound like a very good idea. Knight h6. Okay, maybe I cannot win that knight. It's fine. d4. I have pushed enough pawns, it is time to put them into use, because if you really think about it, if I can somehow capture all of his pawns, I can play the game like it was normal chess. d5. I have to take a pawn. It's really cool that en passant is also accepted here, but I say capturing this way is better. En passant is not forced. Bishop takes g4. I completely missed that, and since now I have to take the d-pawn, may as well just take with the queen. Okay, at this rate next move I will be forced to capture one of the pawns, which actually allows queen d1 checkmate in one, because even if I take his f-pawn with a check or my knight is obviously defending d1, I will continue to be forced to take another pawn instead of defending my king. Unless my opponent decides to be an unpaid actor. Absolutely convenient. Ha! And out of nowhere I managed to trade queens. I mean, the situation is still very difficult as there are still 6 pawns to capture, but I'll say not losing the queen for free is already a massive achievement. Bishop takes c5. Ha! That blunders a fork. And the fork is actually forced. Castle. Aha! So on this website you can actually castle during a check. But it turns out that there is actually a very cool move here. Knight lands on e8. My opponent's king just randomly dies. The devs decided to call this an en passant. I have no objection. Second game, let's go. Cowardly. When your opponent captures, you must move backwards or lose. Absolutely impossible. Reveal drawback to opponent. I don't know how many times I've gotten this drawback, but I know I have never won even once. e5. My opponent counter revealed. Chivalry. You can only capture their heavies, rooks and queens, with a knight. Okay, normally this is really good for me, but since he doesn't really need to capture my queen, just take anything else and my drawback will eventually destroy me. Queen h5. He's coming. Queen f6. Knight f3. Aha! He didn't make a capture. Therefore, let me make the capture instead. I mean, queen e5 check is super deadly, but queen takes f7 forcing a backward move is totally acceptable. He went that way instead. Backward move is forced, queen takes e5 check. Not only a check, this also forces queen on h7. Never mind. Backward move is forced. Knight c3. Aha! I see. This guy is baiting me to humiliate myself by making a queen trade. And then after he takes my queen, I actually have no piece to make a backward move and thus I'll immediately lose to my own drawback. Very funny. Queen takes d2 check instead. That was short-lived. Queen takes c3 continuing the check. Well, that was frustrating, but we still have one final game. It all comes down to this. Expedition. On move 14, you must move to h1. Absolutely impossible. Reveal drawback to opponent. e4. My opponent counter-revealed. Crenellations, your pawns can only move to light squares. Okay, that means his pawns are half useless, but all he has to do is to last his game for 15 moves. This is so dead. b6. A bishop on b7 aiming straight at h1 should be good for my drawback. d3. Bishop b7. Knight c3. Okay, but besides from this bishop I cannot think of anything else. We just have to slowly make our progress. f5. f3. Very solid. g5. He takes f5. That removes a pawn from blocking my bishop. g4. He doesn't take. h5. Bishop f4. Bishop h6. Take bishop back to f1. Aha. So he has made it very clear that he only wants to sustain this game for 15 moves. Which actually makes sense because if I can somehow survive my drawback then I will be playing this game like it was normal chess. Take knight g4. A bit too early. The drawback specifically said on move 14, so this knight may actually die for nothing here. But if I don't keep mining down his defenses, I may end up regretting later when it is too late. There is no optimal choice here. I'll just do whatever I think is acceptable. Bishop g2. Okay, that puts another piece in the way of my bishop and there are only 3 moves left. But you know what? I actually have another idea. e5. Queen e2. Here we go. Queen h4 check. King d1. Knight f2 check. Alright. Moment of truth. Do not take this knight. Absolutely. This guy has been defending from my bishop since the beginning of the game, so he got completely tunnel vision and didn't realize that I can also go to h1 with another piece that doesn't have to be the bishop. Knight takes h1. I win. King f1. Now not only I can play normal chess but I'm also up in materials. I'll just show you the quick version of the game instead. Two wins and 1 loss. Drawback chess speed run today. 100% win rate.